Welcome to Haven of Prayer, a sacred space where we lift our voices to heaven and seek divine breakthrough. In today's video, a prayer that sets you free, we cry out for the release of those we love who are bound by fear, pain, or spiritual chains. If you're believing for someone's freedom or your own, stay with me until the end. This prayer carries power, and heaven is listening. Let's call upon the Lord together.
Lord, I come before you with my soul wide open, carrying a weight I can no longer bear on my own. I've tried to solve it all my way, but now I choose to trust yours. I'm not just asking you to rescue me from financial struggles. I'm asking for clarity, for the kind of wisdom that helps me never fall back into this same place again. I stand in your presence, not afraid, but hopeful, because even in my weakness, I know you remain strong. Surround me with your mercy, God. Prepare my heart to hear you, even in silence. Give me calm as I wait for your answer, and the strength to stand when everything around me says I should give up. Help me remember, Father, that my current situation is not my identity. I might be lacking money, but I don't want to lack faith. Teach me how to walk out of this confusion with understanding. I know I'm not beyond repair. If I lean into you, I believe you can turn even this around. I'm in the middle of a storm, Lord. The bills pile up, and the pressure feels unbearable at times. But I'm not here to complain. I'm here because I need you. I've done all I could, and still, it's not enough. I'm not asking for riches. I'm asking for peace that quiets my spirit and direction that leads me home. You know me deeply, even before I speak. You see the fear, the moments where I feel like there's no way out. Take my hand, God. Walk with me through this dark valley. I don't want to rely on my own strength anymore. I've seen how far that gets me, and it's not far enough. Give me courage to make the right choices, even when they're painful. Let me trust that each step with you leads somewhere good, even if I can't see the destination yet. Don't leave me here, Lord. Let hope carry me when fear tries to pull me down. With you, even the hardest path becomes bearable. I long to see clearly, to choose wisely, not from fear, but from trust. What I decide today can shape my tomorrow. So I ask you to be my light in this darkness. I don't just want to survive. I want to learn, to grow, and never fall into the same pit again. You've blessed me with a beautiful family, and all I want is to give them what they need. Not just in material things, but in faith. I don't want my mistakes to affect them. Shape my heart, God. Make me a man who learns, who grows, who gets up stronger when he falls. If I've taken the wrong path out of pride or panic, I surrender it now. Forgive me, Father. Show me another way. I don't want to repeat the same patterns. Today, I choose to begin again, with you leading, with hope rising in my chest. I admit I haven't always been thankful. There were moments I overlooked your blessings, chased after things that didn't matter, and ignored your quiet voice. Now I see how much I missed by rushing through life with the wrong priorities. It hurts to look back and realize how many of my wounds were self-inflicted. But I won't hide from the truth. I come to you not to forget, but to be changed, to grow beyond my past and walk in the wisdom I once ignored. Impulsive choices, decisions made in fear, took me far from the peace I now crave. But you, Lord, you're rich in mercy. You can rebuild what I broke. Teach me to be thoughtful with every gift you place in my hands, and to live with purpose in every season. I approach you with a heart that's tired but willing. Some nights, the weight on my mind steals my sleep. I lie awake, tangled in thoughts I can't control. But you, God, you understand that heaviness. Only you can bring rest to this kind of restlessness. So here I am, asking you to take my hand. I've reached the end of what I can do alone. I've realized that progress without you is only an illusion. Break these invisible chains, these doubts, these fears, these silent failures that cling to me like shadows. Lord, I'm in need of your guidance, not just for my material needs, but for the deep peace within my soul. A free mind and a hopeful heart can weather any storm. Show me the right path, the one that leads to peace and restoration. I trust in you more than I trust my own strength, because I know you never fail. Almighty God, you who open paths where none seem to exist, hear my cry today. My deepest desire is to see your provision touch every corner of my home, not out of pride, but because I want to bring my family the peace they deserve, the kind of peace only you can give, even in the midst of scarcity. My heart grows weary when I see needs I can't meet, but I refuse to give up. I declare my willingness to wait on you, trusting that you will open doors I didn't even know were there. You bring life where everything feels dry. You renew what seems lost. Today, I renew my faith and declare that I am not a slave to fear or lack. I am free from anxiety, knowing that my current situation is not the end. You are at work, even when I can't see the results. And I know that every prayer, every step of faith, is building something greater than I can imagine. Something stirs within me when I stop focusing on the problem and begin to remember all that you've already done in my life. I don't need grand signs to know you're here. There's a quiet assurance that pushes me forward, even when everything seems to stand still. Today, I allow myself to believe firmly that good things are on their way, not because of my own merit, but because I believe in the power of sincere faith. Even though my eyes can't see the outcome yet, my heart is already filled with peace. The peace that doesn't depend on circumstances, but on knowing I am not alone in this struggle. There is nothing more comforting than letting go and allowing you to move. And that's what I'm doing now. Letting go, trusting, and waiting. Because while I rest in hope, you're moving mountains that I cannot yet see. There's no greater comfort than being able to close my eyes and know tomorrow will be a little better. I long for that rest. Not just the kind that comes when my body is tired, but the kind that comes from a soul that has laid its burdens in wiser hands. That peace I search for isn't in what I have, but in how I learn to trust. When worries visit me in the night, I try to remind myself that faith isn't measured by the absence of fear, but by the choice to keep believing despite it. And that's what I'm doing now. Believing, even with doubts, even with trembling. Because I know there's someone who hears me, even in the silence. Every word I say, every sigh I can't put into words, you understand. That's why this prayer isn't a ritual. It's a sincere conversation. I'm not asking for rest as an escape, but as a vital need to keep moving forward with strength and clarity. I long for each day to bring me closer to the stability I seek. I don't crave luxury or excess, only to live with enough, without sudden shocks stealing my peace. May every coin that comes into my hands be used wisely, and may every expense be guided by responsibility, not impulse. It's hard to move forward when living on the edge of financial collapse, but still, I keep walking, because I believe something is changing. This phase won't last forever. Balance will come, little by little, teaching me to value what I have, instead of envying what I don't. I pray that each day brings small reasons for gratitude. A bill paid, a debt settled, a smile at home, and that I never lose the most important thing: the desire to keep fighting with unwavering faith and living hope. In the midst of uncertainty, when the path seems clouded, I wish for clarity. I don't always know the right direction, but I do know I don't want to walk blindly. I need light, the kind that doesn't just illuminate the exterior, but also the depths of my heart. Sometimes the hardest part isn't acting, it's deciding how to act. And that's when I need more than logic or experience. I need wisdom, not the kind that comes from books, but the kind that comes from inner discernment, from the calm that speaks of the eternal. I'm not asking for a life without challenges, but for the strength to stand firm when the wind blows against me. May I never lack the determination to rise after every fall. And may I always remember, in the darkest days, that there's always a new dawn ahead. When everything around me shakes, I return to that thought that holds me steady. If I have you, I have more than enough. It's not about having everything, but about knowing nothing essential is missing. Your presence fills the emptiness that nothing material can. I want to learn to protect my peace like a treasure, to not let external voices, or even my own doubts, steal the calm that comes from trusting you. I know tests will come, but I also know I can face them if my heart remains anchored in what's right. And even when I struggle to understand life's twists and turns, I choose to see your footprints in each step, because even in what seems like confusion, you're working something greater. Give me eyes to see with faith, even when everything appears to be a puzzle. I'm tired of carrying the weight alone. It's not resignation, it's trust. There are things I can no longer carry by myself, so I place them in wiser hands. My fears, my doubts, even my mistakes, I lay them before you, with hope for renewal. I know you don't need perfect words to understand what I feel. Sometimes a sigh, a tear, or simply the deep desire to begin again is enough. And there you are, without judgment, just waiting for me to take that step towards surrender. The most beautiful part of trusting you is discovering that pain can also be a seed. That what troubles me today may become tomorrow's reason for gratitude. There is peace, even in the storm, when I know I'm not alone on the boat. On those days when sadness threatens to take control, I need a spark to ignite hope within me. I don't want to give up too soon, or let a dark season define who I am or who I can become. I long to remember, even in my hardest moments, that there's always a way out. That every problem has its solution, and often, what seems like an ending is just a bend in the road. I don't want to get lost in hopelessness. I want to rise with purpose.
As we come to the close of this time together, I want to remind you of something truly powerful. There is hope even when the path seems unclear. No matter what you are facing today, remember that with faith and trust in God, every storm will pass, and His light will guide you through. The challenges you're experiencing are not the end of your story. They are simply moments that shape your strength and resilience. At Haven of Prayer, we are committed to walking with you through life's trials, offering comfort, inspiration, and unwavering hope. I encourage you to share this message with your loved ones. Let them know that there is always a way forward, even when it feels like there isn't. Let this prayer serve as a reminder that no matter where we are, God is with us, guiding us to a brighter tomorrow. May you find peace in the knowledge that you are never alone, and that with each new day, God is making a way where there seems to be no way. If you found comfort in this message, please don't hesitate to share it with those who need to hear it. Together, let's continue to build a community of faith, hope, and prayer. Stay strong, keep believing, and remember, you are loved and God is always with you. Thank you for joining us here at Haven of Prayer. Until next time.